I'm Larry Hyde, the 2020 Napa Valley Grape Growers Grower of the Year. Uh, this is my son Christopher, who's the general manager of the vineyard now.
Got our gopher hunting posse hard at work here, and we're out on the back 40 of what we call Cab Hill. What you see around us are Cabernet vines that we just redeveloped in the last couple of years. On this side of us, 2017. Over here, grafted in 2018. And what you see behind us is the rolling hills of Hyde Vineyards, stretching out towards the San Pablo Bay.
This was, on the left, was redeveloped for a customer, Paul Hobbs, who has been buying the fruit from this piece of ground for many years, and asked us to redevelop it, getting the rows warmer and using the same clone that he had before, but he wanted it cleaned up. So after searching among vineyard managers that we knew, we found one that had this particular Cabernet clean, and we brought it here and developed it in this warm row direction on a fairly tight spacing. A lot of things improved from the previous 20-year regime of Cabernet here, and we are hoping to make better Cabernet with our friend Paul in the future.
Dad's been experimenting with row directions and vine spacing, and the most exciting part that I've been involved in over the last decade has been starting to get back some of this virus-free plant material from UC Davis that Dad's been working on getting cleaned up, and now we've had the opportunity to put in a new generation of vines, heritage selections like this one behind us, like the vines up on the hill, that we're going to start being able to see what the wine coming from these vines is like here in the next several years.
We sent this Chardonnay to the Foundation Plant Services in Davis and had Debbie Galino clean the viruses out of it by meristem tip propagation. It's very interesting. What they do is they take a bud and start to grow it in a petri dish, just experimentally growing it with optimum water and nutrients so that it grows very fast. And what happens is the plant is capable of growing faster than the virus can migrate down the growing shoot. And so after getting a shoot from one of these buds growing at maximal speed, the scientist then cuts the tip off of that shoot, and you have their cells that are virus-free. This is from the oldest block of Wente that we have here. Pretty much, what year is this?
2016.
2016. So this is probably has also some Calera in it.
Yep, it's got a couple of different selections. It's made in the Burgundian style, and 100% Hyde Vineyard Chardonnay. Excellent representation of what we do here in the vineyard. 12 stands out to me, I guess.
12, yeah.
Why?
Well, it was coming off of two very challenging vintages, 2010, 2011.
2011, it sort of rained off and on all summer.
And then in October, we got a little over 4 inches of rainfall, which provided us with some challenges for the late season varieties, and yeah, it was very difficult year.
for grape growing, but the wines were wonderful.
Right. So 2012 for me stands out because we had opulence in the wines. We had large crops. It was sort of a easy growing season, cool, not too hot, it and bountiful. So I guess the reason it also sticks in my mind is because we made some fantastic wines, which are still drinking beautifully. The most difficult variety to grow, perhaps, Zinfandel. So far, we have an old clone from the Piketty Vineyard my dad brought back from Ridge.
That's one of the best things I got from Ridge was the Piketty Zinfandel.
Yep, but it takes a little bit of work. It likes to hang a very generous crop, so you need to stay on top of it. Make sure that you're not overcropping it. The clusters are massive, so quite a bit of training and work needs to be done in order to get those clusters ripe, which normally happens towards the end of October. So we have a very long growing season being here in Carneros, typically starting in August, dragging on sometimes into November. So that's probably one of the things you need to stay most on top of. It's a little cool for Zinfandel, but we make some fantastic Zinfandels here that are characteristic of
I finished
Carneros.
that bottle last night.
Did you? Yeah, that was a good one.
It was delicious.
That was our homemade wine for many years and continues to be. So one of the things about Dad that I admire the most is his willingness to work with others, his desire to learn new things, learn new methods. It's a tireless quest to improve quality by experimentation, by discussions. He's been involved with a lot of different people in the industry, always going out and wanting to taste the wines and see what the final product was and carry it all the way forward. So it's been that search for knowledge, that desire to share knowledge, and also his humility and willingness to admit when he's wrong and when things could have been done better, which is why the viticulture here and the farming has been improving year after year since the inception.
Moves forward, yeah.
We built our new estate winery and opened the doors in 2017, right across the street from Hyde Vineyards, and we're now making 6 different wines, all very small production. This being our flagship wine, the Pinot Noir. We poured a little bit of the 2016 vintage.
And the Pinot Noir is from 7 different Pinot Noir selections, so some of which are from the Sonoma coast, some of which are from Dijon University in Burgundy, some of which are Intave down at Montpellier, and some of which are simply collected from friends and neighbors here in Carneros.
Right, and this was actually one of my first chances to go out and collect budwood with my dad, so it was exciting for us. We brought all these properties together back in 2011, and it's now about 204 acres of vineyard that we're farming here, including the new property across the highway. It's all run by the same team, and we've been fortunate to join the ranks here of having a winery in Carneros and a representation in the new and revitalized Carneros region. So we're excited for the future and to continue with the quality and raising the bar and
raise the quality.
and raise
the bar, raise the glass, raise the bar.
Raise a glass to that.